everybody, it's Safi and Marco. Dish out on the movies. But today we're doing episode 3 of Alien Earth, and it is entitled Metamorphosis. And like before, Marco still has a throat problem. So I will be reading his review. I have been watching all the episodes, and I did watch this one. And I really enjoyed the show. And I've seen the other Alien shows, movies. Really, I don't remember there being any Alien show like this. This is really unbelievable. And, great.
What'd you do?
Okay. Oh, it went back and went up to another post.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
so this is what Marco has to say, and I guess I'll insert my comments amongst his. Okay, he says, I enjoyed this episode, Metamorphosis, more than the second one and the first one, because I'm getting more and more clarity in the story and characters. And it's really interesting. They don't seem to be afraid to tell or explain certain things. And of course there's other things like this mystery, but it's becoming clearer, but the mystery of the competing companies. So the people in this Neverland island with Sense, that's the Prodigy company. And then the other company, it starts with a, I don't know, L or something, Luton or whatever. But anyway, let's see what Marco has to say. A big issue I have is that I still don't understand the core concept for the show. What is Alien Earth? Is it just because the story takes place on Earth on this island? I don't know. Even the synopsis for the show does not tell me. All it does is tell me what the first 2 to 3 episodes are about. It talks about a ragtag team who is locked inside a mysterious ship and has a fateful discovery. That's already happened. So what is the bigger picture? Should they have called this Alien Island or Alien Neverland instead? I don't think so. A few things I liked most. I liked the immaturity of the sets and how it affects the story. For instance, the guy near the end becoming trusting to the rogue cyborg. That reminded me of a little kid getting tricked by a monster. Okay, well the thing is, apparently, and I did not pick this up, but other people did. Maybe Marco did because he's not mentioning it yet. But that...
I'm a man.
That guy, the one of the synths, he gets the cyborg, puts a little thing in his neck. And it was so quick, I didn't see it. And that is how they communicate during the show. So this cyborg, remember, they couldn't find him. He's the one, I guess, I'm still not clear about that, who sacrificed the ship. And he is going to track them down, and he's going to get all that stolen project creatures back from Neverland, he thinks. He's talked to the company, and he says he's going to do it, but I don't know if he is really, because he says he doesn't want to go back to his company. He said he's been taking care of them all this time, and they're his.
Maybe he just wants to destroy them.
I don't know. That's not really clear to me, but so for some reason, because he recognized, and it talks about it, that these 2 boys he ran into, that they're children. And in that one, like I said, he put something in his neck. And so therefore, during the middle to the last of the show, he was communicating with him. I'm like, how is that happening? He's like the guy's out getting food and everything. I mean, he's a freaking cyborg. So I didn't get that. He did say something about it. He addressed it. That's the thing. You may say, but like before in other shows, oh, I don't get that. But they explain things. It's just still weird to you and hard to explain what they say. So anyway, so he's communicating with this guy. I'm like, how can that be? It's like and I thought, is there some kind of psychic connection? I mean, the kid's a synth, and the other guy's a cyborg. I mean, what the hell? So I missed that. I don't know. Did you see that? When he put the thing in his neck? It's a very surreptitious thing, like a little circle or disc or something. So that's how they're communicating, and he and it's just like Marco said, he's befriending him, like he's a little kid and he's gonna, like be his father or be his friend or like a pedophile, kind of like. So anyway, and we've heard a lot about that lately, so that's what it sounds like. Sorry, but it does. Okay, and here it is. Marco says, that reminded me of a little kid getting tricked by a monster or a pedophile. I also love the one girl character who is jealous of Wendy and wants to compete with her to make the billionaire like her. Now, other people have compared that girl, which her name is Curly, to, what's that little fairy on Peter Pan?
Tinkerbell?
Yeah, Tinkerbell, because Tinkerbell is jealous of Wendy. And so, since it is Neverland, and he's named people after characters in Neverland, Curly is like Tinkerbell. So, I don't know. But it's a good comparison. It is true.
Then who's Captain Hook?
Good question. So...
Oh, the cyborg, because he has the hand, the metal hand.
Which cyborg? You
The
mean
the black one.
Oh, yeah, he does. It has a knife in it, too.
So he's Hook.
Okay. That's interesting.
He's the bad guy, guys.
So that's interesting. So nobody said that. So
Well, I did. I did because I'm a man.
Well, no, you just recognized something that nobody else did, or if they did, I didn't see it. Okay. Finally, I love Kirsch's character now. Yeah, I do too. That's another thing. I'll see what you say. I like how smart he is and how unbiased he is in these situations. He's a scientist at heart. I like the scene where they cut open the facehugger. I wonder what kind of creature is going to come from the facehugger DNA mixing with the other creature's egg. Will it look better than the human alien abomination from Alien Romulus? Okay, the thing is, some people have been suspicious of Kirsch, but I look at him as kind of like, if any of you watch Star Trek Next Generation, Kirsch is like Data. And, remember, he pushed Cavalier, the young trillionaire, out of the room because he said, that creature made a little nest inside that person's body and killed him. And I don't want that to happen to you because you are a human like that other person. And that's kind of like how Data spoke. And I don't see anything nefarious about that at all. And another thing, Marco's telling me to hurry up, but...
No, I'm not.
I don't see anything nefarious about it. He was told to study the creatures.
No, I think that people aren't used to, like, a cyborg character who can be, like, really objective and who can just, do what he did. You know, like, they think that emotion is attached to every action, but when it's a cyborg, it's like, you know, it's there's no emotion there.
Well, nobody
logic.
questioned Data when he was smarter than Captain Picard. He knew things, and there wasn't any rivalry or Data trying to take over or upend him. So I just think that he's just being who he is. He was asked to study the creatures, and that's what he's doing. Okay, so now for things I didn't like. Wendy.
Period.
She is a typical final girl with all of her abilities and plot armor. She was able to kill an alien all by herself with some flimsy little knife.
Yeah.
Why should we feel scared about the aliens when we have a final girl who can just take one out in episode 3 out of 8? LOL. That's nearly halfway through, by the way. I also didn't like the part where she luckily stabbed right where the alien was. It was above her, and she stuck it into the ceiling. Yeah.
And there's a scene in Halloween, in the Halloween remake, where Michael Myers is trying to stab Laurie through the ceiling with a 2x4, and he never gets her at all. But this girl, she's just like, stab!
Yeah, but the thing that they bring out in the end is she has some kind of connection to them.
Yeah.
Somehow.
She's gay for the aliens.
Well, I don't know. People surmised it might be echolocation, like bats find the bugs they eat in the night.
See, this is why Safi should do a review before watching other people's reviews, because she basically just talks about other people's reviews.
Well, I know that, but it's things that who knows. So anyway, she luckily stabbed right where the alien was, and acid came down into the container. Way too convenient. Plus, she didn't know what acid was. I know she's a little girl, but she definitely should have known what acid was.
Yeah.
It also felt like another...
I just agree with myself. Yeah.
I don't know.
Don't you agree with that? Why don't you make comments?
Well, I thought she did. I thought she knew what it was.
No, she didn't. She said, "What does that do? What's that?"
Oh.
And it's
okay.
like,
well,
really?
Somebody sounded like they knew. Maybe it was just Kirsch. I thought somebody said they knew it.
It was her brother. It was her and her brother all alone.
That's right.
So that was fucking retarded.
It also felt like another alien movie checklist thing, which, true, because...
The acid thing.
The acid thing, but there was also... Remember, the alien came and he just killed everything in sight. Or she just killed everything in sight. And because she's protected. Yeah, that's true. There's that, too, because... You've seen that alien. They'll show one, but there's really several.
No, Safi, it's a pronouns joke. You know, like a trans person, like they, they're, them.
You know, Marco and I do surveys, and I'm really tempted. They're constantly asking about, are you male or female or this or that. I'm tempted to put an alien from another planet.
I'm going to go to the bank. And I'm going to say, I identify as a billionaire. Where's my money?
That would be fun. So anyway, he says it felt like another alien movie checklist thing, which is true. And the thing where, remember, she had to go after her brother, and where did she find him? And I knew exactly where. He was in that cocoon thing, that's on all those other alien movies. That's where you find it. They found the little girl. They found all these people who were on the ship.
Has Safi seen the movie called Cocoon?
Yeah. So
Does
anyway,
she like the movie?
I don't know. I don't remember. We got to see the acid blood or drool, and then the characters ask what it is. And we got to be reminded, it's acid.
Oh yeah, what's that?
But the thing, I can't imagine she wouldn't know what that was. But even, remember, she's got a supercomputer for a brain.
It's a checklist.
So if you see the stuff on a surface and all of the steam rises up and all of a sudden the surface has a hole in it, and you have a supercomputer in your brain, I would think there'd be like click, 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 and it would do, oh, that's acid. It's in my memory banks or in my supercomputer banks for information. I don't know. That's just a little detail. Overall, we'd give this episode an A-. It still is a show to me. I don't see the pitch the showrunner gave to be allowed to make it in the first place.
Yeah, what is the pitch, Safi? What is Alien Earth?
He just uses past experiences.
No, he had to make a pitch.
I don't know. I'm not. I don't. That's not my thing.
Well, so then you don't even know what the show is either. So what is the show?
It isn't completely. Why should we know? Why should we all know what?
Because with any show, you know the pitch for it as soon as you start watching episode 1. You know, Breaking Bad, the teacher gets cancer and cooks with Jesse. Like, that's the premise of the show.
I wouldn't have known that.
Really?
No,
Watching the first episode of Breaking Bad?
But they just show it.
Yeah, but they're not showing it in this show. What's the concept?
Okay.
What's the
you
pitch?
want to know what the goal is.
What is the show?
I understand what you're saying.
What is it?
It's true. I don't know.
There is no show. It's just stuff happens. And it's like, that's bad. That's a bad show.
Well, I still think
you can tell I'm metamorphosizing too, because you can tell I'm coming back to say the truth while Safi's I don't know.
No. The thing is, I still have an inkling that it's about the competition between the companies and who wants all the power.
Oh wow.
And they did
companies fighting each other. That's really interesting. We don't see that in real life. Wow.
Yeah, we do. But anyway, they talk about that the Cavalier, the trillionaire guy, they told him that they found all this project stuff on the ship, these project creatures. And he said, well, that sounds really good to me. Let's take them. And he says, but they belong to that company. And he says, I don't care. They're mine now. And he tells his little white-haired buddy, who's like Data, to take them, to take everything. And, you think the girl, Wendy, she got messed up with that attack on the alien, and her brother, he got stabbed in the chest with its tail or whatever that thing is. And so they're like lying side by side, and they don't show any of that, them finding them, and then you see them in the beginning of this episode, and they got their planes or their special spaceships, and they go to the island, and everybody else is all fine, and they come marching in. They're like they act like they're kind of in shock, and they're accompanying all these specimens of alien creatures that are bad, and they know they've killed people. They saw all the evidence, and they bring it all, and they're following. It's like a big parade. And of course, Wendy and her brother are both on gurneys. And oh yeah, another thing is, I don't know, they're working on Joe. And are they going to turn him into a cyborg?
Oh.
Because why are they working on him? Is it just to repair what happened to him? Which apparently the thing pierced his lung and it wouldn't be any good anymore, which is kind of surprising. We have a civilization that's apparently way ahead of its time, and they can't repair his lung? That kind of surprised me, because anybody watches Star Trek Next Generation, that it wouldn't be like that. They had instruments and they could help people recover. There wasn't any.
Well, even now, isn't there what they call a lung transplant?
Oh, I don't think so.
Why?
I just don't think so.
They
They have a
couldn't
face
replace it?
transplant. They have a heart
They
transplant.
do have lung transplants.
They have a
Safi.
liver transplant. I don't
They
know.
even have gender transplants. It's just called, like, respecting someone's pronouns.
No, anyway, we're not going to.
Like an alien.
Well, that's what I can't. Yes, I'm so tempted to put on one of those surveys. I'm not female, a male, non-binary, or anything else. I'm an alien from another planet. Because I just get so sick of it.
Safi's an illegal alien. She came from Mars.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I liked the show a lot, and you did not hear from Joe at all during the whole. He was being operated on. He was unconscious.
He's kind of a stupid character, you know. Like, I don't really like him at all. He's just kind of a vanilla twerp.
Well, he's only been on screen for a very short time, and I don't know how anybody could have a sense of him. And then Wendy wakes up in the end, and she apparently has developed a sense, or maybe she had it when she was on that other ship rescuing her brother. She has a sense about the aliens, what they're feeling. Why, and what does that mean, and how does that happen? How is she able to do that? No one knows. So that comes out in the very end because their buddy Kirsch, he's doing his little study, and he's operating on those aliens. He's kind of like dissecting them, and Wendy can feel their pain. And so she's gotten up and she can hear them actually.
Is that why she collapsed after she killed the alien? Because of her connection to the aliens?
I don't know. So anyway, and I don't think they know that yet. She collapsed and nobody was paying any attention. So, because she'd been that woman who is supposedly takes care of her, and she's a scientist and kind of like second in command at the Prodigy Project. She was asleep, so she didn't even know that Wendy had awakened. So, and when she was near the lab where they were doing these experiments, nobody knew she was out there. So, who knows? But I liked it. I gave it an A. And we'll just see what happens. But, I mean, anybody who's watched any alien movies, they have to recognize some of the things they see as they've seen it in other alien movies. So, anyway, if you like this video...
No, we're not done yet.
Okay, well, what do you want to say?
You have to promote the Patreon.
Well, I haven't got to that yet.
Well, you were going to say like, subscribe, buy.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, you were. I can read
Marco
people's
wants me to
minds.
talk about the Patreon.
And I will say, we have a Patreon, and it's got some stuff on it, and so you should go pay money and join it. But there's
I don't think they want to care about stuff. They want to know what stuff is.
But there's not a lot of stuff yet, because I've been sick. And it's funny, because the day after... Because I was trying to catch up, and the day after I did a 2-hour commentary, I suddenly got sick in the evening, and so I haven't been able to do anything else for that. So it's been like, whoops. Whoopsie daisy.
It's been kind of like a week, maybe.
A week tonight, but thankfully it's going away. It was really weird. And it's still pretty weird.
So anyway, there's 3 levels of Patreon patronage, and you can. One is the cheapest, and one is the most. And one little guarantee that you get from joining is in Marco's filmmaking projects, which he's finished one. He says it's coming out in October. You will get your name in the credits. So that's one thing. And then he's planning on it and adding additional content of different types to the channel that only people who belong to the Patreon levels can see. So
Safi will be assisting me with my 16 episode Goosebump series. She's the location czar.
Oh, brother. I don't know how you could do that. Don't you have to have permission?
No.
You sure about that?
Yes.
Okay, well
As long as I'm not charging money for the actual show, I can do whatever I fucking want.
Yeah, but if it's aired, in order for people to see it, they have to go pay money to see it.
No, it'll be the show will be free on YouTube, but all the behind the scenes stuff will be on Patreon.
Oh, okay. So if you like this video and you'd like to become a Patreon member, just become a subscriber. We welcome you. And if you like this show and you want to comment on what you think about certain things about it, and have any additional, like if you have suggestions on how it can be better, or what you like about it, or what you don't like, that would be interesting to know. So give it a thumbs up, and that's it. So goodbye, everybody.
Bye.